Hi, it's Peter Koning here from CanadaLeads.ca. I wanted to give you a little video tutorial on a great new little feature that we've added so that you can close more deals no matter where you are in the country. Now, as you know, as you may know, our platform is based on a platform that's been very successful in the US, where they have states, and most of their members are working in a whole state. Now, the difference is that in Canada we have a lot less regions of provinces, and some of those provinces are huge geographically and have high populations. And I've heard quite a few requests from some of our members that although they're closing deals across the province, they feel that they would have an even higher close rate if they could get leads that were more local and maybe had less stringent criteria on them. So the idea here is not to limit yourself by cutting back on leads that you could make money on, but in fact creating a new filter so that you can target leads that are more local and that have a wider range of scenarios that you normally might not even look at. So what I suggest is you have at least 3 filters set up. You can have as many filters set up in your account on the Stream tab, but you should always have at least the first one should always be email, at least one email filter to cover each of the provinces that you're licensed in. That way you can always get email notifications and cherry pick certain leads that you normally might not have picked up automatically, because sometimes there's comments or other things, other aspects of those leads that are going to make the lead chances of closing that deal higher, but you don't necessarily want to pick those up in your automatic filter. So make sure that's step number 1. Make sure you have an email notification filter, and every new member that joins automatically gets one assigned for their province. But if you want to work in other provinces, you might want to edit those filters and add in some of the other provinces that you're licensed to work in. So that's the email notification. That's number 1. Number 2, you should have a buy filter set up to buy leads based on criteria that are working for you, and that could be for the whole province, could be for a smaller area, but we do have members that are buying leads, for example, across Ontario, that are closing deals at a close rate of over 20%. So I'm not suggesting you cut down to your local area. If you have a filter set up already to buy leads for the whole province, make sure the criteria are working for you and you're closing deals and making more money than you're spending on our leads. And then what you can do is use our latest feature, and I'm going to get into that now, which uses FSAs, or forward sortation areas, and that's just a postal code term for the first 3 letters of a postal code. So what you can do is create a new filter. So I'm going to create one here, and let's just get the camera set up here so that you can actually see what I'm talking about. So I'm going to create a new filter, and we'll pick, let's say, selected province, and we'll pick Ontario. So I've clicked Ontario over to the right. You might not see it on the camera. And then I'm going to put in the FSAs, or forward sortation areas, that I want my local lead filter to work in. Now, if you don't know what FSAs are, there's actually, you can just go on Wikipedia and you can learn more about FSAs. For example, here there's 84 for Eastern Ontario, and they all start with a K. There's actually about 5 postal regions in Ontario. There's K, L, M, N, P. So if you want, like for example, GTA, you'd look at M, and you can have any combination of FSAs for any of the regions in the provinces that you've selected. So I'm just going to work off K for now. And what you can do is, I'm just going to go back here to the filter. You just put in the FSAs that, and they're 3 characters long. You put them in, separate them by commas. So K1A, K1B, and so on. You just enter those there, and basically all the leads that match those FSAs but not leads that aren't in those FSAs will be picked up by your filter. And then what you can do is, what I suggest you do, if you normally buy leads that are, let's say, with a credit score of fair or higher, well, in this case, because they're local, you might even want to talk to the poorest. And you know what? Some people don't even put in their credit score, so you probably want to have any here just to get those blank ones that may be poor, but if they don't even say poor, you're not going to pick it up if you've got a poor setting on your on your filters. So you want to have any there. And I also suggest gross yearly income, just make it any. Most people are, well, not most, but a lot of people don't put in their income. So if you have a filter set for a minimum income and someone just leaves that field blank, you're never going to pick up those leads, even in your email filters, unless you have any here. So this way you're going to get all the local leads in those FSAs. And another thing you can do, for example, you can put just 2 characters, so you'll get all the K2A, K2B, K2C, or if you just want all of Ottawa, you could just put in a K, and basically all the postal codes starting with K, which are the Ottawa region, will be there. That's basically how the FSAs work. What you also want to do is make sure that you are buying those leads. I recommend you buy them exclusively. You can buy them shared, but then you got to act fast, follow up on those leads, and if no one else has bought them shared in that time, you can lock them in by clicking on the My Leads tab in your panel and pay the upgrade fee to make them exclusive. But that's for another video. I just wanted to talk about the FSAs so that you know that you can add more filters, buy leads locally, give them wide criteria, because you're going to close those deals with a higher rate than you would normally. That's why you basically want a separate filter for every sort of closed scenario where the closing rates are different based on the criteria. So, oh, and if you have more questions, just call me toll free 877-841-3391, or use the contact form on the CanadaLeads.ca website. And if you're not already a member of CanadaLeads.ca, get in now. We will offer you a $2 free credit to all members who sign up during our special launch promotion. Just visit CanadaLeads.ca and sign up today. Thanks a lot. Bye.